Alright, welcome back to another episode of No Man's Sky, and in the last video that I was just recorded narration for, I started talking about Trump's Hope visit, which I realized happened a while ago, but I had about a minute and 30 seconds left, and I figured I'd be able to talk about part of it in that duration, which I wasn't. Basically, where I got to was I was talking about the Fox News coverage that they showed on the Jimmy Kimmel show on the clip that I watched. Because like I said in the last video, I don't actually watch those late night shows. I watch the clips of those late night shows sometimes, because that lets me, I don't have to watch all of it. I can just watch the parts that look interesting to me. But in that clip, they showed some Fox News coverage, which I think is real. Because obviously it's meant to be funny, so some of it you can tell. Okay, well that didn't actually happen. They're just they're just having a laugh, but I assume that that what they showed as the Fox News coverage was real. Basically, in the Fox News coverage, they may or may not have said some very basically the things they said about Trump were a bit ridiculous. Like we're talking, and I realized too. What I realized too is a lot of times, newscasters ask a lot of just very inane questions, or make very inane comments, So like, and if they're interviewing someone, they ask them very bizarrely, just very bizarre things, but like just weirdly, I don't know, just weirdly unimportant things, and it's kind of weird. But they were, in the coverage they were going like, maybe Trump might hug the Pope. Is this something that happens? I'm just wondering, just thinking. Like, my goodness, if that's all you have to be able to say to be a newscaster, why am I not a newscaster? I'm pretty smart. If you could get jobs based on your ability to do the jobs and not your qualification, well, if you could do that, then since I'm probably more qualified to be the president of the United States, even though I don't even live in the States, than Trump, so I could be the freaking president if that's how you got jobs. But but they say they say just very unimportant things, and but basically they're flattering Trump an awful lot, and but I just wanted to kind of talk a little bit about Fox News, CNN, CBC, and why none of them are that great of news media. But I guess I'll start with CNN. CNN is not really even a news channel, in fairness. It's more of a news analyst channel, because they don't spend an awful lot of time reporting the news. And the only reason I've even watched CNN is just because way back when I used to go to the gym and I did the treadmill, or they have the little screens in front of the treadmill, and basically if I could find it, if it was on, I would watch Fresh Prince. If not, because I didn't feel like flipping through the channels, and when I'm I was trying to run or jog or whatever on the treadmill, I would just put it to CNN because that's easy. But all they really do is give opinions on the news. They don't really they give a very low amount of news. It's more them talking about the news. But CNN's not the greatest news channel by any means. They really love one of the newscasters there, Wolf Blitzer. They really love him there. I don't know what it is, because he's not even that good. He's fair but adequate, but he's by no means great. They act like he's the friggin' Dalai Lama or something, or I don't know, like some kind of, like, he's basically a rock star over there. Like, people love him. Like, I heard a speaker was talking about what it's been like in Afghanistan for and he was talking about because he used to be with the Taliban, and not anymore, but as far as I know, they don't let Taliban fighters give speeches in Canada, but he was talking about it, and he was saying about like how when you're in the Taliban, you're considered really holy, and you could like spit on people and they'd be happy. Well, that's Wolf Blitzer at CNN. It's like that. He could spit on people at CNN and they'd be happy. They'd love it. He's not even that good, and I don't understand. because he's not that great. He's actually, yeah, well, I mean, he's he's maybe a little subpar, in my opinion. But then again, no one at CNN is that great, honestly. I mean, of all the CNN, and I did watch it because I considerable amount of CNN while I was at the gym. No one there is that great. To be honest, I could do any of their jobs better than they can, quite frankly, and I think most people could. Um, but there are really good. I have no problem with praise where praise is due, right? And there are a lot of really great newscasters, like with CTV, and I haven't like sometimes I watch news a lot, but a lot of times I don't watch it at all. Um, you know, but it just depends on how my schedule is structured, and I mean, I used to watch Fox, some of the cartoons, like, well, mainly The Simpsons, which I don't even watch anymore. But I mean, I would watch that late at night. Then I would watch CTV News as well. Lisa Leflam, and I hate to say this because I'm assuming she's French based on her French name. Not that she has a terrible French accent. She's an incredible newscaster, by the way. She's really good. Like, if anyone deserves, an wow, I can't speak. Well, if anyone deserves a lot of praise, I'll just stick to one-syllable words. Um, yeah, I'm good at pronouncing words, but sometimes I have trouble. It's just like random. It's just like sometimes I'll have trouble with a word for no reason, and it's not a word I normally have trouble with. Exorbitant. Yeah, I'm not even gonna try it. I don't want to get it right though, because I'm kind of stupid. But in any event, if someone deserves a lot of praise, it's her. Then also, like, on the CTV 6 o'clock news, and I don't even know what their names are. Basically, when I was watching that way back when, it was an older guy and an older woman, and they were both fantastic. But then the older woman retired and got replaced by a younger woman, and she was fantastic also. But basically, I mean, I praise where praise is due, but he's not even that great. So, but anyway, so CNN is not really news anyways, so that's why that kind of sucks. CBC, that one's kind of easy. It's a lot of bleeding heart stories, like the stories they tell. They kind of side, and it's bleeding heart for the wrong person. They'll take the person who's clearly not in the right, and then tell a bleeding heart story for them. At least with respect to their written articles, that I don't know about the articles they write, or that if you watch CBC News, I never really watched CBC News on the TV. Like, I'm more CTV, and I used to watch like the City TV Toronto Breakfast News, which is fantastic. The four and the others beyond the four main people who do that, they're all fantastic. But the thing about Fox is like, as a channel, I'm not just talking about Fox News, I'm talking about Fox as a channel. It's a very play all sides, and it's kind of bizarre. Like, they'll there is a part in Fox that came about Mass Effect. They came out against Mass Effect. They're like, oh, it's not appropriate for anybody. It's terrible. It's like so sexualized. There's nudity, which is not. And teaches you to like hate women for apparently for some reason. And they came out so hard against it, even though they have cartoons that are far worse than even the newer Mass Effect, which does kind of have nudity. You can see some movies, but they have cartoons that are far more inappropriate. And I don't understand how you can go there and criticize something and say it's inappropriate when you're airing cartoons that's far worse. And I think, I think Fox Media Company has probably done a lot of movies that are a lot worse than Mass Effect. So they're very play all sides, which I don't like. But yeah, so that's my little bit of a ramble on why those three news companies aren't So great. Yeah. I'm gonna try that word again. See if I can get it. Exuberant. That's it. See? I can pronounce words. Yeah. So, let me just try the entire sentence. If anyone deserves an exuberant amount of praise, it would be Lisa Flam. Now that I think about it, am I even using that word correctly? I don't know. I may or may not be using that in an incorrect context. By the way, I want to mention, at this point in the video, we're, I'm mining and sped up, about 10 minutes in. So much of it got cut out, like at least 45 minutes got cut out. And there's a cut here in this sped up part, and I don't know how obvious it is, or maybe it's in a second. I think it's in a second when I start mining again and speed it up. But there's a cut, but since it's sped up, it's I don't know how obvious it is. But a lot of footage got cut out, and it's like, well, I only need a little bit of footage left, but since it was kind of hard to complete this video because all the footage I went through, I just kept cutting and cutting and cutting, and like cutting out like large, like very very little of how much I was cutting out, like large, like 5-minute sections at a time or 10-minute sections at a time. So and sometimes in the videos it's just a lot of me walking around, but I mean it is still fairly curated, and I do cut out, like, for all the bits where it's just me walking around or just me mining or doing something. There is even more bits where I have like for every minute that of something where I do and it's just walking or something mundane, there's probably like probably like 7 minutes of mundane stuff that I cut out. I do make a lot of cuts. Yeah. I'm just trying to look. I have like 2 minutes left, and I want to do what I did last video where I started talking about something I thought I could finish. Like, I didn't think I'd have time to ramble about the media companies, but I thought I could at least mention the whole thing about the Trump Pope visit, which I didn't. But yeah, in this part here, sped up, there is a cut that just happened, I think, but yeah, I don't know how obvious it is, because it's all sped up. That cut is obvious. Yeah, like, and that's in that second part where I'm mining, like, I only need a couple more minutes. But then when I got to this point, and even I cut out getting to this point, but when I got to this point, like, I cut out so much footage, it was insane. I kept this bit with these spaceships flying overhead, and then I cut out a whole bunch of boring footage to here, where I'm fighting these drones, which is, I mean, something, that I think I've done a lot of in this video, in previous videos, but, it's a lot more exciting than seeing the mine, so I figured I would keep it in. I'm just thinking there's something I kind of want to talk about, but I don't know if I have time. Well, I'll start talking about it, and I'll keep an eye on my time, and if need be, I'll just finish it in the next video. Well, I mean, yeah, so Josh Whedon, or I don't know if I'm pronouncing his name right, that might be another example of me pronouncing that wrong. I think I am. I'm pronouncing his first name correctly. Josh Whedon, I think that's how you pronounce his last name, right? Yeah. I just don't want to pronounce it completely wrong and sound like an idiot. But anyways, apparently I read he did a Wonder Woman script, and people hate it for some reason. Apparently it's like terribly sexist, which I don't believe for a second. When I say people, I mean the same kind of people who get mad at the old X-Men Apocalypse advert that was put out, where Apocalypse is choking up the girl, but I figure that's not sexist either. So those kind of people are the kind of people who blow things out of proportion. Anyways, yeah, I'm gonna have to finish that point in the next video, but yeah, I mean, at least I brought it up so that you do watch this one, you know what I'll be talking about in the next video for the first little bit. But for now, thanks for watching, and have a great rest of your day.